Thank you so much for being prompt.
Well, it's all right. You said it was important.
It is. Now, I meant it when I said that I don't want John to find out about this.
About what? About us having a cup of coffee in a public place, if I can find a way?
Oh, this is a condition. I cannot begin until I have your word.
Dorian, there are a lot of things that I do not share with my brother-in-law.
This directly concerns him.
Well, then maybe you should directly talk to him.
John thinks I'm overreacting. I'm hoping that you can be more objective.
Well, I will do my very best.
All right. This plan of yours to use Agrippina, it's a big mistake. It puts all of us in danger. And if you lure Dmitri here to Landview, I think you're making the biggest mistake of your political career.
Thank you. That's final. All the charges against Vicki Buchanan have been dropped.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Ruth Perkins confirmed that her daughter Allison kidnapped and returned the Buchanan baby with the help of an accomplice.
I'm afraid it's taken its toll on Vicki. Her marriage is coming apart.
Sorry to hear that. Mom, you should stop letting your friends hire you. You take it too personally, and win or lose, you always wind up suffering.
The reason I'm suffering is your brother. He had a great deal to do with the Buchanan tragedy.
I'm so happy you called. Here, let me take your coat. So, what can I help you with?
Well, I hate to bring you into this again, Maria, but I don't know where else to turn. Last night, Vicki asked me for a divorce.
Oh, Clint, I'm so sorry.
And if she goes through with it, it's going to be a long, hard, drawn-out struggle. I mean, a big battle. There's going to be custody suits and property settlements, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be pure hell. I need facts, Maria.
What kind of facts?
Well, I made a big mistake when I thought that Vicki had turned into Nikki Smith again. I'll regret that as long as I live, but there are things, Maria. I've seen other things, and so have you.
Clint, what are you asking me?
Is my wife having an affair with Tom Dennison?
Emma made this for me in Malakeva. We used to hang these on the palm trees. We sing jingle bells in our bathing suits.
No, how very sentimental of you, sir.
You bet your boots I'm sentimental. And don't anybody else tell you different. You haven't noticed? Your tie. I'm wearing your tie.
Oh, I am glad, sir.
It's the only present I got. Now I know how Scrooge must have felt. I'll forget the tree, Adam. We'll finish it tomorrow. Bring me my mail.
Certainly, sir.
I can't believe you forgive and forget. I mean, if that's not the Christmas spirit, I don't know what the hell is. What in the Sam Hill?
Well, darling, you gave me an island, and I just thought I would give you what's left of it. It is true. It's better to give than to receive.
You are dealing with an equal these days, and don't you ever forget it.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Believe me. Oh, Asa, you should be very proud of me. You're the one that taught me every bitty little trick I know. Stick the knife right in, twist it, doesn't even bother me.
Mr. Callison is here, sir.
Good morning, Asa.
Thank you for coming by. Adam, let's have some coffee.
Certainly, sir.
Good news about Vicki, wasn't it?
Oh, believe me, that's one case I didn't want to prosecute. What can I do for you?
I need some free legal advice.
Shoot.
I made a mistake, and you are the smartest lawyer I know. A colossal blunder. I let the best wife I had walk out on me. And what I need to find out from you...
You want to find out advice on how to nullify a divorce.
See, I told you you're a smart lawyer. Now help me do it.
Asked me that question.
No, Maria. I asked you if Tom was in love with my wife. I didn't ask you if they were having an affair.
Oh, yes. I suppose there's a difference.
Yes, there sure as hell is.
Well, I haven't seen them in bed.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be putting you on the spot this way.
Oh, now, look, I'm your friend, and you're putting me on the spot because you're hurting. Your wife doesn't want you, and you're trying to understand it. Yes, I think Tom Dennison loves Vicky, and yes, I think they're having an affair. Now, does that make you feel any better?
I need concrete evidence, Maria.
Clint, Tom and Vicky are very, very mature and intelligent people. They don't go around advertising what they do behind closed doors. I'm sorry, I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to do it in an honest way. I mean, that is what you want, isn't it?
I don't know what I want anymore.
Well, you've seen them at the cabin together, and while you were away, she was at his side all the time. We talked about that on the phone, remember?
I just can't believe that this is happening.
But you have to. Vicky wants a divorce, and you have to figure out how to deal with it.
She says it isn't true. She says there isn't any affair.
And do you believe her?
Maria, I'm in this marriage for the long haul. I may go down in flames, but I will sure as hell go down fighting. You know, when I took those vows, I meant every damn word of them. And if there is any shred of hope, any shred at all, I'm going to get a chokehold on it, and I'm going to hang on for all I'm worth.
And that's certainly your decision to make.
Vicky and the kids are all I have. I'm not about to give up on my family, ever, no matter what.
And what did Jamie have to do with the Buchanan kidnapping?
Do you remember the night that Jessica was returned? Allison and her accomplice got Vicky to leave the house by telling her that the baby was in the parking lot of the Green Dragon restaurant.
Yeah, but Jamie swore he wasn't there.
He lied.
Are you sure?
Everything points to that. Now that Vicky's story has been proven and she identified him, and the Green Dragon restaurant has always been known for drug deals, Jamie could have proven her innocent, but he didn't. He let her suffer.
And you think it's your fault?
I just wonder what sort of things he's kept from us, the lies.
Mom, I hate to say it, but looks like he's lied about everything.
Why did he have to lie?
He didn't have to lie. He chose to lie. Look, everything he did on his own, and it's not your fault. It's not Dad's fault. Jamie is the one to blame.
I was just too busy with my career.
Don't give me that hogwash about your career, Mom. Look, we all have our lives to lead, and you are living your life the best way you can. The verdict is not guilty. You are not responsible for Jamie's crimes.
How do you feel about him now, Katie?
He's my brother. I feel sorry for him.
I'll always love him, no matter what.
I know. So will I.
You're one terrific daughter. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, gee, shucks. Hey, listen, I forgot to tell you my good news about Earth Peace. Pamela Buchanan donated about half of next year's budget.
Congratulations.
You sound thrilled.
Well, I am. I'm just worried about the sort of work that organization asks you to do.
Mom, I told you Earth Peace had nothing to do with me almost getting buried alive on Devil's Claw. And I thought we weren't going to discuss it anymore.
All right, darling. I just ask you one favor. Please, if they offer you another adventure, don't.
She's not the doormat I used to wipe my feet on all those years. Yeah. She's gotten spunk all of a sudden. I mean, fire and passion. I like that in a woman.
Too bad you didn't notice that before you divorced her.
Yeah, I moved too fast.
Yeah. Divorce in some ways is even more binding than marriage, Asa. You and Pam signed a contract. If you want her back, you'll have to start over.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't we find some clerical error or something? I mean, where we didn't initial some document?
Your attorneys don't make those mistakes, and neither does Pete O'Neill.
Well, I mean, couldn't you at least look at the document and see?
Take it from me. You'll be wasting your time as well as mine. If you're that determined, call up the lawyer who drew up the papers.
Excuse me, sir. Mrs. Buchanan just telephoned. She'd like to have her summer dresses packed in a suitcase and have them taken to the airport. The Pacifica Airlines desk.
Pacifica. Well, don't stain there, Adam. Do what the lady said.
Very well, sir.
I know a little bit about that. She is going to go to a tropical Malacava, and I'll wager you she is not going alone.
I'm not a betting man.
That Weasel O'Neill is going with her.
Well, not if Asa Buchanan has anything to say about it.
Is it a crime to enjoy a good challenge?
It's a free country, as long as it's legal. I would appreciate it, though, if you'd leave me out of your machinations, huh?
Thanks for stopping by, Herb. And a Happy New Year to you.
Pacifica Airlines, Ruby Smith, may I help you?
Ruby, honey, this is Asa Buchanan. I got a couple of questions to ask you, and I hope you can help me out.
Of course, Mr. Buchanan. What can I do for you?
My wife, Pamela, she bought 2 tickets on this afternoon's flight to Malacava, didn't she?
Well, I'm not supposed to give out information, sir. It's against the rules.
I know, honey, but this is kind of a special courtesy because I want to do something nice for her. And I'd be real grateful if you, stick your neck out just a fraction and tell me the other ticket is in the name of Pete O'Neill.
Yes, it is, sir. And I'm really a very bad girl for telling you, Mr. Buchanan.
No, you are a very good girl, Ruby. I'm going to make it worth your while because you want to know what? There's one small thing you can do for me, and honey, I'm talking about an offer that you cannot refuse.
Listen to me very carefully, Tina, because I only want to say this once. Your problems with Cord are exactly that. They're your problems. They're none of my business, and I don't want to get involved with it.
But you already are involved, Dorian. You were with us in the Caribbean, and you have to talk to Cord.
I don't have to talk to Cord. You want me to talk to Cord. There's a big difference, dear. I hope you understand that.
Dorian, look, you really are right in the middle of this. I mean, you were with me when Dimitri had me in his clutches. You saw how brave I was. And I want you to tell Cord that.
How brave you were.
Yeah. How I wrestled Dimitri to the ground when he was going to kill you, and how I came up with the absolutely brilliant idea of destroying the control panel of the boat so they couldn't just run off with us on board.
Oh, that's really not quite the way it happened.
Of course it is. And Dorian, when Cord finds out how selfless I have been, how I was only concerned about you and everybody else, well, then he'll realize that deep down inside, I really have a very big heart and am very good, and then he'll want me back.
Tina, first of all, you didn't wrestle Dimitri to the ground. And destroying the control panel was my idea.
Oh, come on, Dorian, let's not be small about this. Aren't you at least a little bit willing to share some of the credit?
You mean, aren't I willing to lie for you?
Look, Cord has no respect for me at all. He doesn't, and I did some terrible things, I know, and I'm very sorry about it. I am, but I'm not as bad as he thinks I am. And if you talk to him, well, he has a lot of respect for you. And if you tell him I'm a good person, he'll believe you. Please.
Tina, you're embarrassing yourself.
I can't help it. I am desperate. I will do anything. You name whatever you want.
I'm sorry. I am not going to lie for you, period.
Oh, come on, just a teensy-weensy little white lie. You know, the kind you tell the people every day.
I've got better things to do than stand here discussing the mess you've made of your marriage. Have a very good day.
I was just thinking, an old country saying, she can burn the meat, she can wreck the car, and she can beat the kids. If she goes to bed with another man, it's all over but the crying. There's no forgiveness.
Oh, my, that sounds pretty harsh.
I said I was thinking about it. I didn't say I agreed with it.
But deep down, you're saying that you can't forgive Vicky.
Until I have proof that she's done something, Maria, there's no forgiving to do. I'm just trying to figure this thing out.
Well, I'll help you any way that I can. I'm just glad that you feel free to talk to me like we did back in Cherokee County. We used to talk about everything, remember? It's nice to know that we can still do that.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking you, Maria. If she did betray me, how do I forgive her for it? And how the hell did she ever forgive me for it? I know it tore her apart.
You had a lover?
Does that make me a hypocrite? And is Vicky having an affair with Tom just because she figures she owes me one?
Have I met the woman that you had the affair with?
It was a mistake, Maria. I don't want to say any more about it. Let's drop it.
I'm sorry for being so curious.
You know, and I've also been mulling over an old Indian saying. You know, the one about not judging a person until you've walked a mile in their moccasins? And so I've been trying to see this from Vicky's point of view. I mean, for months now, she has walked around knowing that I didn't trust her, knowing that I thought she was Nicky Smith and had kidnapped her own baby. Now, if I was Vicky, I would be mad as hell. I can see how she would turn to Tom.
He is a very understanding person.
Yes. And the spitting image of her first husband. You see what I'm getting at? I can understand how it happened.
We're all human.
Yes. But it's the uncertainty of what is going to happen next that has me going right up a wall. The inability to do anything. I mean, I have to take some action, and there's only one form of action to take.
A divorce?
No. I can't fight a divorce until she files for a divorce. But I can try and find Allison's accomplice. I mean, that person is the one who made it look like Nicky Smith had come back. That person is the one who caused this whole mess. And whoever it is, I guarantee you they're going to pay for it.
Well, I can certainly understand how you feel.
Yeah. You know, I'm not the only person that this accomplice has done in. Yeah. You know, I'm not the only person that this accomplice has done in. It was Vicky, the kids, Rafe, poor Allison Perkins up there in a coma at Statesville. Yeah, finding that accomplice would help all of us. Thanks for the coffee.
Oh, you have to go?
Yes, but I want to thank you for being straight with me, Maria.
I'll get your coat. You, take care of yourself and good luck. And, I'll be thinking about you.
Yes, I'll be seeing you.
It's time. I can't put it off any longer.
Those are great earrings. I really love them. Did you get them in town or at the mall?
These old things, I've had them for ages. What is it, Tina?
Have you heard from Cord? Do you know where he is or what he thinks of me?
You're making a spectacle of yourself.
I don't care. I am desperate, okay? I love him and I want him to love me back.
Tina, once my son makes up his mind about something, that's it. It's forever.
Boy, you really hate me, don't you?
No, I don't hate you. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for both of you. Look, I know that the breakup of a relationship isn't easy for anyone.
No, and I know he loves me. I'm sure of it. I know he does.
Maybe you're right. And I hope that the two of you can work it out, Tina. I really do.
Oh, come on. You don't mean that.
I'm being very sincere. Stubborn or not, my son is in pain. And when he hurts, I hurt. If you ever have children, you'll understand that.
But I don't want any children unless they're Court's children.
Well, for your sake, I hope that happens.
You do? You're on my side?
Yes. Yes, I am. And to prove it, here. You admired them, and now they're yours.
But Maria...
No, I insist. I want you to have these, Tina. It's a sign of my sincerity. Good luck.
Look, Mrs. Hernandez was discharged a long time ago, and you're still routing her mail here. Yeah, could you please to her house? Her address is right there on the sheet. Thank you, Fred.
How's it going, Lisa?
Hi, Dad. Those guys in the mailroom, they're celebrating the New Year a little early. If you're here to see your dad, though, he's in the OR. One of his patients is having a hip implant.
How long will that take?
It could be a little while yet. But you're looking very good. How you doing?
Thanks. I'm a little bummed out, you know, but I'm trying to rise above. I moved back home.
Yeah, your dad told me.
Yeah. There's one good thing that's happened is my dad and I are getting along better, you know. He works night and day, but when he comes home, we talk.
That's great.
Yeah, I guess this whole murder trial really changed my perspective about him. I mean, he believed in me and he backed me the whole way. It's really important.
Yeah, Mom and I are a little closer now also. You know, with Dad in prison and everything. We just have each other to fall back on now. It's funny the way things work out, though, huh?
Yeah.
Have you seen Allison?
Yeah, I saw her today. Her mother was with her.
It's so frustrating to see your child right there in a coma. There's so little that you can do.
Except try to go on with your life. That's what I keep trying to tell myself.
I know he's not expecting me, Adam, but I'll just take my chances. Happy New Year, Asa.
A nice surprise for you, sir.
Unexpected pleasure. Sit down, Dory, and what can I do for you?
Oh, Asa, that's one of the things I just love about you. Other people might say, so how was your Christmas, and how's your daughter, but not you. You get right down to business. I love that in a man. Asa, I need a favor.
Well, I figured that since you didn't bring me any fruitcake, and I guess fruitcake and New Year's calls went out with high-button shoes. Oh, how about some sherry? I got your favorite around here somewhere.
No, thank you. I don't want sherry. I want access to that magical computer of yours.
I have got to stop bragging about my computer. The word is out. What do you want?
Well, information.
What's in it for me?
Not fruitcake, but something better. I saw this in a boutique window, and I just knew that you would love it.
A bribe.
It's actually a belt.
Oh,
Sterling,
look.
buckle, and hand-tooled leather.
Oh, Dorian, you really went out of your way for me.
You deserve nothing but the best.
You're about the only one in town that feels that way. I'm going to tell you something, honey. Your wish is my command. Now, what do you want to know?
Everything that you can find out about an individual. Their age, their birthplace, medical records, family history, the whole dope.
Name?
Agrippina. Walcott. Wolcott.
This is my last information bank.
I'm sure that you will turn up the same thing. Just bet.
Nada. Zippo.
You see? What did I tell you?
No Agrippina Walcott ever visited the United States, according to my sensitive sources here. The lady does not exist.
Exactly. Agrippina Walcott is an alias. And this frail, delicate, blonde creature that is in town and getting every man in Landview to vie over who is going to protect her doesn't exist at all. And in fact, she could be as dangerous as Mata Hari, and probably is.
What man in Landview is going to defend this Mata Hari? John Russell, perhaps?
You're the second person today to accuse me of that. The first one was Charles Sanders, and I'm telling you it is not true. I am not investigating that woman because I am jealous of her.
I just asked a question, Dorian. Don't blow your top.
Thank you very much for your help, Asa. I hope 1987 brings you everything you so richly deserve.
Thank you for the belt. Asa Buchanan.
Mr. Buchanan, this is Ruby from Pacifica Airlines.
Oh, Ruby, honey, did you take care of everything I asked you to?
It's all arranged just the way you wanted.
Ding, ding, ding. Work break.
Oh. Thank you, darling. Oh, this is nice. Being able to spend the morning with you like a nice, normal mother and daughter.
Well, by the first part, but I don't know about this normal mother and daughter bit. It might be stretching it just a little. There you go.
I don't care what you say. I think we have a wonderful rapport, and I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Neither would I. You're great.
Kate, no thanks. Does Cord know about your ravenous appetite?
What does my appetite have to do with Cord?
I just want to know how much he knows about you.
Enough for the moment.
What is so fascinating about him?
Did I say he was fascinating?
Well, you know what I mean. What's so special?
Well, aside from the fact that he is not available, he's got brains, courage, and just about the most amazing build I've seen in, well, let's just say some time.
Like him a lot, huh?
He's married, Mom.
Kate, are you falling in love?
I don't fall in love with married men, Mom.
Glad to hear it.
But, if a, unmarried Cord clone walked by, I wouldn't pass him up. I'm not holding my breath, okay?
Judith, I'm 10 minutes early. I know. Hello, Kate. Am I interrupting?
No, it's all right.
No, listen, I have, work to do, so I'll leave you guys alone. See you later.
Herb, please sit down.
Yeah.
I was talking to Vicki Buchanan earlier, and she had some questions, but I think I answered them. What's the matter?
I talked to Warden Perkins this morning, Judith. There's something that we both feel you should see. It was tacked on the day room bulletin board. It's a death threat against you.
It's just like if it's not one thing, it's another. Now Brad's gone off to Europe on his honeymoon.
That's right. Who's going to take over for him at Baron Pharmaceuticals?
That is the question and the problem. I don't trust anybody the way I trusted Brad. Daddy all the way in prison, and me taking care of a company that I hardly know anything about, and full-time here at the hospital during the holidays. Let me not tell you my problems. You don't need to hear them.
Come on, hey, it helps me keep my mind off my own, you know?
Thank you.
How nice to run into you. How are you?
Hi, Mrs. Roberts. How you doing? Do you know Lisa Barron? Lisa, this is Mrs. Roberts.
Yes, we've met before. Hello, Lisa. Have you heard anything about Allison?
There's no change.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Lisa, do you know Allison?
Well, sure, we were friends.
Yeah, they work together.
She worked right here at this station. Look, Dan, I found this note just today that she left for somebody on the night shift a few weeks ago. Oh, there's Dr. Rogers. Your dad must be in the scrub room now. Hurry up or you won't catch him.
Okay, I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mrs. Roberts.
Bye, Dan. Well, is Dr. Walker ready to see me?
Dr. Walker? You must have made a mistake. Today's his day off.
Day off? Oh, no, I better check my date book.
Are you sure it's today?
Well, this is embarrassing. I never make mistakes on my appointments. Oh, you're right. It's for tomorrow afternoon. Oh, how could I have made such an error?
Oh, it happened.
Do you think that I could leave him a note? There are a few things I'd like to let him know before he sees me this time.
Sure.
Lisa? I know this is a terrible imposition, but I have such a terrible handwriting. Do you think I could use the typewriter? I'd be real fast.
Well, no,
I'll be in and out.
nobody's here.
Okay, great.
Sure.
Thanks.
But quick.
Real quick.
Take care.
Thanks. Dear Mother, I love you. I know it was wrong of me to do the terrible things I have done. I hope you will forgive me and that you'll understand I never meant to hurt Vicki Buchanan.
I should never have trusted Tina Roberts.
Excuse me, please. Sorry we're late. We got caught in a terrible traffic jam in the thruway. Flight 483 to Maracaibo, please. We checked our luggage in out there, and my name is Mrs. Pamela Buchanan.
That flight's already boarding.
Oh, we better hurry. My name is Pete O'Neill. I have a reservation on the same flight. I'd like to pay now, please.
Smoking or non-smoking?
I'll do it. Non-smoking. We like the seats together.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting anything for Mr. O'Neill. It's a full flight, and there's nothing booked in his name.
Excuse me. Wait a minute. We called you early this morning. You said you'd hold the reservation, of course.
Yeah, I know we're late, but there's no reason that we can't get it.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Buchanan. The computer shows no record of a ticket being booked in the name of Mr. O'Neill.
Oh, okay, fine. How about standby?
I'm sorry, we're booked solid, sir.
No, wait a minute. Then that's it, all right? Then I'll just stay here. We'll leave tomorrow when we can get tickets, whenever we can get
Ma'am,
tickets.
you've got to go. Your father's waiting for you.
Look, I made a reservation on this thing. I was confirmed.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, too. Get your supervisor. Check this computer.
Mrs.
I know
Buchanan,
it's in there,
your
too.
flight's had its final boarding
Come
call.
on, Pam. We got...
Look, I am not very happy about this.
Neither am I, but I'll catch the next flight out. I'll see you tomorrow, whenever it is. I'll call you and let you know. Come
no,
on.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll
get
tell
you to the gate.
Father
All
your
right,
call.
yes.
Too bad. An open letter to the fish, Jamie Sanders. The word's out, you're a big mouth. When you don't expect nothing, that's when we'll shank you.
The warden thought you should be apprised of the situation.
Who's after him?
They're not sure.
What are they doing about it?
Judith, they're working on it. It's a large place, a lot of bad characters. Takes time to get to the bottom.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm asking. Jamie can't survive in Statesville prison. He's a spoiled rich kid. They must hate him there. I can't even bear to think of what they're doing to him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to tell Charles.
Look, Judith, when Dorian was in prison, I felt the same way you do. I couldn't sleep at night thinking about her in that place, but yeah, it worked out all right. And we're going to find a way to protect Jamie.
Yes, well, we're going to find somebody who's going to protect him from himself. That's the question.
That ought to do it.
Told me outside that you were in here.
I'm busy.
Look, honey, I hate to bother you during work, but you never call me and I never see you. So, Gord,
Tina,
please.
I've got nothing else to say to you.
I saved your life. And I love you more than anything on the world, and you can't even talk to me?
It won't work, Tina.
Look, I know you accused me of playing games before and trying to get things out of you, like your inheritance and things.
That's not the way it happened, Tina, and you know it.
Gord, all I'm asking for is another chance, all right? That's all, just another chance, because I love you more than anything in the world. Gord, please, would you just put down those photographs and listen to me?
Hello, Asa?
Oh, Vicky, so nice to see you. I'll have Adam bring in a bottle of champagne. We'll toast 87.
No, thank you. I'm afraid this is not a social call.
It's about the banner or Tom Dennison resigning.
No, it's about the children. I need to ask you a favor, please.
Name it. I'll do anything for those kids.
Good. I would like you to take care of them for a little while, please. It's not for long. It's at most a week.
I can't believe it. I'll take care of them as long as you want. Longer.
I'm only asking you to do this because they love you. And I think that they're going to need their grandfather's security for the next few days.
I don't like kind of what I'm hearing. What is going on, Vicky?
Well, I mean, Jessica's a baby. This is not going to affect her one way or the other, so she can stay on at Landfair. But I'm very worried about Kevin and Joey. I think they need to be safe and well cared for while Clint and I get our divorce.
I'm sorry you disturbed your homecoming like this, ma'am.
Oh, that's all right. I was grateful for the company. Well, shall I, put on the kettle while you ask me questions?
No, thank you. I just as soon get this over with and let you settle in. Now, what we're basically looking for, ma'am, is the name of your daughter's accomplice in the Buchanan kidnapping. When was the first time Allison mentioned it?
Let's see. Early November. Oh, it was election day. I remember. I voted just before I went out to Landview. Oh, I knew that she couldn't do that all by herself. And she told me right away that she had somebody to help her. And then we talked about it again when she, the day I went for the cruise.
Now, I know Allison refused to name the accomplice, but
Wait
is
a
there
minute. I know I canceled the mail before I went away. It's... Oh, my God, it's from Allison.
Judith, what the hell's going on? Payson almost ambushed me in the driveway.
Herb was up at Statesville Prison. Warden Perkins gave him this.
Well, what is it?
It was on the bulletin board. It's a death threat against Jamie.
Let me see that.
It's terrible. They want to kill him, Charles.
Terrible. It's sick.
You've got to do something.
By the time we're finished with you, even your blood-sucking parents won't recognize the corpse.
Stop! You've got to call the governor and get a transfer. Get him out of there.
It says right here he won't be safe anywhere.
You've got to do something. Use your connections. You've got to get him out of there. Jamie's life is at stake.
Warden Perkins, what do I owe the pleasure?
I just want to let you know we're trying to arrange a stay in solitary for you.
What does that mean? Solitary confinement?
For your own protection.
I want my parents contacted.
Who wrote that note on the bulletin board, Sanders?
Somebody who wants me dead, which is why you've got to call my parents and get me out of here.
Well, I've notified your parents, but the only thing that's going to get you out is a verdict of not guilty at your trial or early parole. Either way, you're in for a good long time to come. So buck up, boy. As they say in here, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Oh, thanks. That's beautiful. Look, I want to know what you're going to do to protect me.
Well, until we can get space as solitary for you, we're locking you in here by yourself.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? I'm the one being victimized, and the guys doing it are walking around free.
There's no freedom in prison, boy. You got a lot to learn.
Yeah? Well, I'd hate to be in your shoes when my old man finds out about this. He's got a lot of connections, and your job may very well be on the line.
Is that a threat, son?
No, of course it isn't. Look, I'm scared. I don't even know who's after me.
Henderson is your own special guard here. I want to watch at all times.
Look, I'm telling you, they're after me. I don't stand a chance in this jail cell.
What are you telling me? You and Clint cannot get a divorce. It's out of the question.
Oh, Asa, please don't.
You have a marriage I'd kill for. Why are you throwing it away?
I'm not throwing it away. Besides, what you admire from a distance is not necessarily what it's like up close. You ought to know that.
Maybe we better sit down and we talk this over quiet.
No, there is nothing to talk about. It has all been decided.
It is not like you not to fight back.
I fought, Asa. I fought. I begged Clint to believe me about Nicky Smith, but he wouldn't. He had me spied on. He had me followed. He threatened to take me to a psychiatrist when he's the one who needs to go to one, not me. He even threatened to take me back to Mountain View Sanitarium. Now, I ask you, is that the kind of a man I want to be married to?
Okay, honey, you've had some problems.
And that's not the half of it either.
He loves you. He worships the ground you walk on.
He accused me of having an affair. He even followed me up to the mountain cabin and physically assaulted the man that I'm supposed to be betraying him with, Tom Dennison, for which he has yet to apologize, may I add.
He has got a bad temper. He comes by it honestly.
I'm amazed. You, of all people, I would have thought you would understand this. I mean, he's your son, and he hasn't spoken to you in months. And surely you must have had opportunities to witness his anger, his violence.
Are you telling me you're afraid of him?
He terrifies me.
I don't care what Clint has done. I don't know what this all means. What is going on with you, Vicky?
Sold the mail. Before I left, she must have driven over here and delivered it by hand.
Why don't you open it?
These may be the last words she ever wrote before she went into a coma.
Would you like me to read it to you?
No, I'd like to read it by myself.
Would you like some privacy? I can step into the other room.
No,
You sure? I'd understand.
I know that you're going to need this for evidence. I'll read it out loud. Dear Mother, I love you. That's the way she always started her letters to me.
Why don't you let me read it? Okay. I know it was wrong of me to do the terrible things that I have done. I hope you will forgive me and that you'll understand I never meant to hurt Vicky Buchanan.
What else?
She goes on to say, I should never have trusted Tina Roberts.
Why don't you just come off it, Tina? This whole business of trying to save my life was a bunch of bull, and I never believed it in the first place.
Gord, that's not true. I did save your life. I got Asa to rent that helicopter, and I came down and I rescued you out of Dimitri's headquarters.
You came down to Devil's Claw for one reason, and one reason only, Tina. The same reason that you do everything. You knew that there was treasure down there, and you smelled money.
Gord, I didn't know anything about the treasure.
Well, then you found out about it then. And then you went over to Ace's, you lassoed him into coming down there and prospecting with you. Now, you came down to Devil's Claw out of greed, Tina. The same reason that you married me in the first place, greed. And there's no way that you're ever going to convince me of anything different.
That's not true, honey. I didn't know anything about the money. I had this sixth sense about you that you were in danger, and then I went down there and I saved your life.
You knew about Kate, didn't you? What'd you do, Tina? Did you spy on her? Is that how you found a map or something? That's how you knew where we were going?
I didn't know anything about a map. Gord. Please, the first thing I knew of any treasure is when I was down there and I rescued you and I saw the treasure. And I thought she took you down to the island.
To what? Seduce me? Is that it, Tina? Is that it?
I don't trust her. All right, I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, she doesn't do anything to hide her feelings for you, and I'm a little jealous.
Just drop it, Tina, because I don't even want to discuss this with you.
Oh, wait just a minute here. Now, you brought this up. Gord, please, I'm trying to be the wife that you want. I'm being totally open and honest here. I didn't know about the money. I went down there and I saved your life. Now, doesn't that prove something to you? Doesn't that prove that I love you and that all I want is your forgiveness? All I want, please, all I want is another chance.
All right, look, Tina, as always, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? Now, you came down there and you saved us. Even if you did that out of greed...
It wasn't out of greed!
Even if you did that out of greed, Tina, you saved us, and both Kate and I would have been goners if you hadn't been there. So all right, for that, I will say thank you.
I don't want your thanks.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's all you're going to get, Tina, because there's nothing else. Nothing else has changed, all right? You lied to me, and I know how I feel about that.
Look, all I want, please, is just to take the first step so we can start trusting one another again. That's all I'm saying.
You know, you never listened to me the whole time that we were married, so why should now be any difference?
I'm not listening because you don't really mean this.
I mean every word of it, Tina. Now, you betrayed me. I believed in you, and you just dragged my faith right through the mud. You took something that I thought was pretty special and pretty beautiful, and you made it something ugly. And for that, I'm sorry, there is no forgiveness.
Lord, please. Our love is just too deep and too strong for you to throw it away like this. And I will never believe that you could do that.
Darling, come on. We have to look at this thing a little more realistically.
I am. Our son has been marked for murder.
You're talking as if he's an innocent child who can't protect himself, and we both know that is not the case.
He has made terrible mistakes. That doesn't mean he should die for them.
He's a grown man who is able to take care of himself.
I can't believe you're taking it like this.
I've seen him in action, remember? I was there when he disarmed 2 policemen, shot one of them, and then held 2 innocent women hostage. I think he's well capable of taking care of this so-called death threat.
So-called? Do you know the statistics of homicides inside the prisons in this country? They kill people without even thinking.
Judith, you didn't see what I saw in that transfer car. Our son has a cold-blooded mean streak in him a mile wide.
That doesn't mean we should let him be killed. He could have shot you. He didn't. There is something deep and good inside of him that's trying to get out.
I have reason to doubt that. I'm afraid, Judith, that we have raised ourselves a bad seed.
He is not a bad seed. And that is a real death threat.
Oh, he could have written that himself.
Is this Jamie's handwriting?
Well, he could have had someone do it for him. You would be the first person to point that out in a court of law if somebody tried to present this as evidence.
Charles, are you going to do something or what?
Yes, I will. I will make some phone calls. I will find out if this is real or not. If it is, I will act on it.
Oh, that's fine. And while you're waiting to find out if it's real, someone could have knifed him or something worse. Look, if you're not going to do something now, I am.
Question, Vicky. What the hell is going on with you?
I'm not going to get into this with you.
You came over here and asked me to take care of the kids. You know why you did that? Because you trust me. Now, trust me once more. Why are you giving up on my son?
He gave up on me. It is not the other way around.
He misread a lot of signals, all right. And he was wrong about Nicky Smith. But he loves you. You've been married a long time. Every time you needed him, he stood by you.
He never stood by me when he thought I was Nicky Smith, when he thought I had kidnapped my own daughter. He was ready to have me committed to a mental institution.
He overreacted.
You were defending him?
You're damn right. I don't care if he's a mule-headed son of a gun. He's got principles. I respect him.
He won't even let you in the front door of our house.
That'll all be water over the dam, and when it is, you tell him I stood up for him. And when that happens, you better be there. You and Clint were made for each other.
Asa, I cannot live with a man who doesn't trust me.
He trusts you, honey. He's just battle-scarred. He's like every red-blooded American male who tries to live with a woman.
When I needed his faith in me the most, he abandoned me.
Ha-ha, did he abandon you last year?